Hell Hole on Shudder is about an American-led fracking crew working in the Serbian wilderness that unearths a French soldier frozen for over 2 centuries. His body serves as a host for a parasitic monster that turns their lives into a living hell. What happens in Hell Hole on Shudder? Hell Hole begins with an event in the Serbian territory in 1814. A platoon of Napoleon soldiers, pushed out of the Illyrian provinces, is lost and on the verge of starvation. We see 2 men wandering around. Suddenly, they notice a woman with a horse. The duo returns to their platoon and plans to stab the horse. But out of nowhere, the horse bursts into thousands of pieces and unleashes a strange, monstrous creature. Then, this monster follows a soldier and attacks him. After this incident, the narrative shifts to a present-day scenario where we see a couple of Americans in Serbia engaged in a fracking operation. The fracking operation. The team is led by Emily Toby Poser, with her American associates, John Adams, and her son Teddy Maximum Portman, and Serbian associates, Professor Nikolai and his protege Safija, Olivera Peronisic. Americans, Emily, and John find Serbians sluggish and inept and feel no shame in laughing at them. So even when Safija enthusiastically shares her knowledge of the new technology to find endangered species as a biology major graduate, John makes fun of her. Later, when the Serbs are away, Emily tells Teddy he should cook something that is not fancy, believing the Serbs won't like fancy food. Teddy talks about his romantic interest in Safija. John demotivates him from pursuing her. When Teddy walks away, John speaks with Emily about her relationship with Teddy, who grew up inside her womb for 9 months. He finds the idea of someone growing inside one's body fascinating. John believes women are more fortunate to have that capacity. However, Emily is not as maternal as men expect her to be. While that happens, the Serbian workers Danko, Petar Arsic, and another man prepare for their operation. Nikolai and Safija offer their sequencing-related research to Emily. Before leaving, Safija suggests that she is interested in Teddy. Emily motivates her to join him in prepping the dinner. Outside, the workers begin the fracking process. Emily guides everyone else about their duties, but she ignores Safija's suggestion. So, Teddy ensures Safija doesn't have a wrong impression of Emily. He opens up about his hopes for the future that match hers. Then, as an American, he thinks Danko is lazy for taking a smoke break. While fracking, Emily and Nikolai discover a strange piece of bloody meat. On the other side, Danko unearths the body of a French soldier wrapped in a gooey net-like structure, asking for help. Emily wants to ask the French soldier about his origins before the local authorities turn his discovery into a multinational issue. Teddy understands a bit of French. So he tries to decode what the soldier is saying but fails to make sense of his incoherent speech. During the questioning process, Nikolai notices something coming out from the soldier's nose that looks like an octopus tentacle. The soldier also has a distinct odor. So, Safija decides to investigate the matter further. She and Nikolai take a sample of the soldier's DNA. That's when Emily and Safija also notice something coming from the soldier's ear. John's dilemma. John returns with a sandwich for the soldier to eat. The soldier notices a knife in John's hands and asks John to cut his throat. As any sane person, John refuses to do that. But the soldier keeps insisting on it. Eventually, he steals the knife to cut his own throat. So, John grabs him by the neck to stop. The soldier chokes him back. Suddenly, a strange reptilic creature leaves the soldier's body and enters John's. Subsequently, the soldier turns into a skeleton. When John returns to the cafeteria, others can smell the same odor on him as they smell on the soldier. But John doesn't tell them exactly what happened. He only shows them the French soldier's burnt skeleton. Nikolai starts questioning John to know the exact details of the incident. So, John gets angry and leaves. He returns to his room and tells Christian, Bruno Veljanovsky, how he got infected. Christian finds John's story ridiculous and possibly a result of trauma. To beat the said monster, Christian asks John to fight him. After starting with just an arm wrestle, they get into a serious fight. Suddenly, the creature leaves John's body and attacks Christian, leading to his death. While that happens, Saphija shares her hypothesis about how the man survived several years in the gooey layer with a symbiotic relationship with a foreign creature. Saphija and Nikolai are driven by their pursuit of the unknown in the French soldier's biological structure. On the other hand, Emily hopes to know the answers to curb the issue. Saphija reveals that the soldier was found in a gooey structure that acted like an eggshell for him. Based on its DNA connection with an Argonaut octopus, she explains her theory about the egg case. Outside, Danko heads out with his co-worker Philip, Boris Luckman, who talks about the lack of basic resources on their land compared to the modern world. While that happens, John drags Christian's dead body to an abandoned lot to take care of it. Just then, Danko and Philip arrive there. They notice Christian's dead body and question why John killed their friend. When Philip tries to shoot John, the parasitic monster shows its tentacles and kills Philip. Then, John's body suddenly bursts into pieces. The creature escapes and enters Danko's body. So, Danko tries to shoot himself to death. Emily, Teddy, Sinija, and Nikolai arrive at the scene just then. Danko hands over the gun to Emily to kill him. But she doesn't do that. Danko explains what he witnessed and leads them to the dead bodies. Emily decides to take care of the matter before it gets worse. She and Sonia figure out that the creature doesn't infect any woman. The team offers their help to get rid of the monster. But Danko believes there's no hope for his survival. Other workers provide their assistance to kill Danko. But Emily buys themselves some time to question Danko. Danko explains how the creature is affecting him. Emily realizes that the creature reacts to aggression. It doesn't affect women but feeds off men and treats them as torture chambers. Soon after their discussion, Nikolai reveals his new hypothesis. The female octopus had a sexual encounter with the French soldier. Their egg is fertilized in the soldier's body, like how a baby remains in a female womb. However, in this version of evolution, the roles are reversed. Nikolai advises Danko to let the creature remain in his body until it can grow enough to be independent. Danko cannot bear the burden anymore. Nikolai doesn't want an innocent creature to die. So, he wants Danko to survive through it. Sonia feels that it is sucking the life out of Danko, like how fracking sucks the life out of the earth. Soon after, Emily tells the workers to take Danko to the open space of the woods and kill him, against Nikolai's orders. This way, others can survive, including her son. However, during the process, it leaves Danko's body and infects other men. Eventually, the workers, including a woman, get killed by the monster. While that happens, Nikolai remains in the custody. He convinces Emily to let him out so that he can help the creature survive. He is also ready to sacrifice his body for the cause. Eventually, he wears Emily down. So, she lets him join their further mission. Soon after, a worker returns to them and reveals the creature has infected him. He cannot bear the pain and wants others to kill him. They join the man to the lake, where he decides to end his life by drowning. Moments later, the creature escapes his body and enters Nikolai's. It traumatizes Sonia, who impulsively stabs it to death. Emily tells Saphija and Teddy to run away as the creature gets out. After attacking Emily, the creature runs after Sonia and Teddy. At the end of Hell Hole, we see an incident from a while later. Teddy is in a bathtub with Saphija next to him. At the time, the news speaks about the death of 10 people in a mysterious oil rig accident. The film's ending doesn't explicitly reveal anything about the monster's presence. However, the news makes it seem like an isolated incident. Since the monster needs a male human body to reside, it likely entered Teddy. So, Teddy might have let the creature grow inside him so that it doesn't wreak any more havoc.